'Twas the night before I was scheduled to fly to South Korea for an entire year. My mom's had clearly voiced the fact that she didn't want me to leave. Why you gotta go there for? There are plenty of things for you to do right here in Camden, NC. My father wasn't quite so straightforward. While he verbally stated, you gotta grow up sometime, in his mind, he was going to miss me more. So hours before my flight was scheduled to leave, he awakened to fry me some pork chops. This was his parting gift to me. Not a hug, not a kiss, not money, but a lunchbox of pork chops. The culinary expression of a lifetime of love packed between two pieces of white bread, the kind that sticks to the roof of your mouth. Fast forward 2 years later when I'm getting ready to move cross country, right on cue, what does Pops do? Hours before my flight was scheduled to leave, he awakened to fry me some pork chops. This was his parting gift to me. Fast forward a year later when I'm parting ways after the holidays, right on cue, what does Pops do? Hours before my flight was scheduled to leave, he awakened to fry me some pork chops. This was his parting gift to me. Finally, curiosity gets the best of me, and I asked my father why. Why always the pork chops? With a deep sigh, he looks to me and says, son, maybe I was afraid. I mean, it's the father's job to protect his offspring. That's a classic case of evolutionary instinct, but in Korea, I wouldn't be able to cover you. I couldn't defend you from the stares and stereotypes, from the loneliness and isolation, from the language barriers and sleepless nights. In California, I couldn't protect you from the people who judge you before they see you and the people who choose not to see you at all. I couldn't protect you from the people who are chosen to protect you, but we see how those situations fall, so I did the next best thing. I fried you pork chops. I couldn't go with you on your life's journey, but I can make sure you weren't hungry along the way. But I say, Pops, why pork chops? He looks to me and replies, son, those pork chops were intentional. I salted them with the word of God to preserve you when hard times try to spoil your life. That pepper was traditional medicine to spice up your existence and encourage you to inform yourself. Paprika was to help you bring some color to this world, to be different and change it up. A hint of Cajun was to kick you in the behind and remind you to have some fun every now and then. I dropped those seasoned chops into a flour-filled grocery bag of prayer and shook them around, hoping they'd shake some faith into you when you needed to. I eased them into the hot grease, knowing the oil burns to the forearm were a small price to pay for the idea of my son being okay in this heated world. A few minutes after, I flipped them over so the juice sizzling would overcome the subtle audio of my sniffles. I didn't want to wake your mom. When they were all done, I laid them on the paper towel-covered plate to soak up any extra doubt about your ability to be great, and then I used loaf bread because truly, what other way are you supposed to eat a pork chop sandwich? Like I said, my father would never talk straightforward like my mother, but with every chop he drops in that grease, with every spice he pulls out that cabinet, he's telling me he'll miss me. He's telling me he's proud of me. He's telling me I can be anything I ever think to be because I have strength for the journey. So now every time I go home and have to leave again, I ask, Pops, can you fry me pork chops? Yeah, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but it makes me whole. It's consumed by my body, but it's food for my soul. With each bite, it's like I'm embracing my birthright, my father's edible blessing to me. I'm digesting my destiny to travel, to prosper, to spread the family name. So now, without question, I take my little lunchbox. It's warm in my lap as the loaf bread gets a tad soggy, just the way I like it. My barbecue chips are waiting to add some crunch. I won't eat it just yet, but when I hit that layover and I feel like life's over because I left home and I'm all alone and nobody's there, I remember I've got Pop's blessing because he fried me pork chops, so everything gonna be all right. Next time I'm home, I'll ask him to teach me. I watch in the kitchen as he marinates the meat with a father's love so deep, it lasts long after hunger pains return.